Many thanks for joining us on the news at noon on Lagos Television. I am Aminat Elegushi. President Bola Tinubu has approved the appointment of new Directors General of the National Intelligence Agency and the Department of State Services. Ambassador Mohammed is the new Director General of the NIA, while Adiola Oluwatosin Ajayi is the new Director General of the DSS. Ambassador Mohammed has had an illustrious career in the Foreign Service since joining the NIA in 1995. He had served in various roles, culminating in his promotion to the rank of Director and a subsequent appointment as the head of the Nigerian mission to Libya. The new DSS Director General Adiola Ajayi rose through the ranks to attain his current post of Assistant Director General of the service. He had at various times served as the State Director in Bauchi, Enugu, Bayelsa, Rivers, and Kogi states. The new appointments follow the resignation of the previous NIA and the DSS chiefs. President Tinubu expects that the new security chiefs will work assiduously to reposition the two intelligence agencies for better results and charges them to bring their experience to bear in tackling the security challenges by availing the country through enhanced collaboration with sister agencies and in surgical alignment with the Office of the National Security Advisor. Nigeria and several other countries that have been recently hit by the monkeypox outbreak stand to benefit from a $135 million funding plan by the World Health Organization. The organization says the fund is necessary as it has launched a global strategic preparedness and response plan to stop outbreaks of human-to-human transmission of monkeypox through coordinated global, regional, and national efforts. Meanwhile, this follows the declaration of a public health emergencies of international concerns by the WHO Director General on the 14th of August. Although the current plan is subject to inputs by WHO's member states who were briefed on the plan covers the 6-month period of September 2024 to February 2025. The National Association of Resident Doctors has started a 7-day warning strike across all of its centers nationwide. The resident doctor strike is to clamor for the release of its kidnapped member, Dr. Ganiyat Bukola, who has been in captivity for over 8 months. And NAT President Dr. Dele Abdullahi disclosed that the decision, which was made during the virtual Emergency National Executive Council meeting, agreed for the strike to last for 1 week and will be total, as there will be no emergency care. Dr. Ganiyat Bukola, a registrar in the Department of Ophthalmology at the National Eye Center, Kaduna, was abducted nearly 8 months ago along with her husband and nephew. While her husband was released in March, Pokwala and her nephew remain in captivity. Weeks ago, members of NAD had protested in all tertiary hospitals across the nation to demand the immediate release of Dr. Pokwala. The National Population Commission has flagged off the electronic civil registration and vital statistics known as e-birth registration. Federal Commissioner Lagos State Barrister Olayinka Oladunjoye says the initiative will help eliminate multiple registration and long registration procedure. We have details in this report. The National Population Commission, in collaboration with UNICEF, are here in Koshofe local government area to train DCRs, registrars, and ad hoc volunteers on the use of the electronic civil registration and vital statistics known as e-birth registration. Federal Commissioner of NPC Lagos State, Barrister Olayinka Oladunjoye, while highlighting benefits of the digital process, says the idea is to digitize registration of babies from birth to ensure seamless and paper-free procedure.
The electronic registration of birth has a lot of advantages. This include but not limited to the ability to eliminate multiple registrations, eliminate time wastages, and long procedure in registration. Data loss will be reduced for data users. It will easily allow for faster analysis, accessibility, and retrieval. All these advantages will be as a result of the adoption of electronic registration system.
The digital process, they say, will help improve planning and sustainable development.
It makes it easy for us to retrieve data on these children. Rather than carrying papers up and down, when you are registering them, it's easier for you to retrieve, to store and retrieve indeed. Registering them ensure that anywhere in the world that you are, you can do a registration. And this one we're doing is going to be linked with NIN. So it makes it easy, smooth, and at the end of the day, we have the one-stop shop for data collection.
In a country where you haven't had census as it should be for a long time, it is only through birth registration of the nature and the way we are doing it that you can get some forms of statistics and data about children and what you need those statistics for. It gives government an idea about the number of schools they should provide for that community. The same thing with hospitals.
Oladejoye also disclosed that the exercise is done across all states of the Federation.
Registration exercise is going to be in 2 phases. We're starting the first phase today for 3 days, and then the second phase will take place. It's taking place all over the states at each local government. We are combining some local governments. Some local governments are standing alone, depending on the size. So we want to ensure that we have accurate data to ensure that all children that are born are registered.
It is hoped that the e-birth registration will ensure complete and universal coverage of birth and certificate issuance. Aminat Elegushi, LTV News. The Sanwo-Olu administration will continue to create space for women, not just on the basis of inclusion, but also in terms of competency. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu reiterated this when women in management, business, and public service paid him a courtesy visit in Lagos. Adetola Kayode has the details.
Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu welcomed the team from Women in Management, Business and Public Service, WIMBAS, led by its chairperson, Bisi Adeyemi, to the Lagos House, Ikeja. They acknowledged the he-for-she stance of Mr. Governor, commending his administration for the growing number of women representation in all sectors. But, like Oliver Twist, they still asked for more.
You have 23% of your cabinet. We wish you could do more. So we're here to recognize the fact that you haven't done that much. And we also understand that 50% of your permanent secretaries are women. At WIMBAS, we want to encourage you to do even more than that, recognizing all that you have done to advance the status of women, not just in public service, but in private sector.
Governor Sanwo-Olu, who received them on behalf of this team, including the Deputy Governor, Obafemi Hamzat, as Chief of Staff, Tayo Ayinde, some commissioners and permanent secretaries, says his Themes Plus agenda vision is intentional about female inclusion with competency as one of its major requirements. He commended WIMBAS for its roles in cultivating excellence in women over the years.
Intentionally, we also look out for that. As simple as even just standing to take a picture, it must also reflect, that gender, appreciation. We're happy that you've looked out for us in that space, but we're also happy that we've also demonstrated that, not just because it's a gender thing, no, it's also a competence thing. Absolutely. We realize that even our female, managers and directors, a whole lot of times, sometimes appear a lot more committed.
For 23 years, Women in Management, Business and Public Service, WIMBAS, has been inspiring, advocating and connecting women at all levels. Adetola Kayode, LTV News.
In sports, a former national table tennis player, Atonda Musa, is hosting a 2-day tournament aimed to discover new talents and give back to the country. The best cadet players are participating at the ongoing invitational tournament held at the Lagos Country Club, Ikeja. We have details in our sport report. The National Invitational Tournament, organized by the former Commonwealth champion Atanda Musa in collaboration with the Lagos State Table Tennis Association, served off in Lagos on Monday with best cadre players competing in singles event. Aimed to discover new talents for the country, the Maiden Cadre tournament was an effort by former national player and coach Atanda Musa to give back to the country and support the effort of the Nigeria Table Tennis Federation to develop young players.
I have to be grateful to God, so I have to give back. I live in the United States. I work with JP Morgan Chase, and I was a coach of Spring Club. So I thought as much that, listen, let me go back home and organize a tournament, and it's a way of giving back, because I learned this from the basketball player in America, football players. They all go back to their various countries and organize something. So that's inspired me to do that.
Considered one of the continent's best table tennis players, the 10-time African champion expressed excitement with the quality of talent at the ongoing tournament, stating that the skills exhibited by the players is encouraging.
To be honest with you, I was so impressed when I see those young players playing. I was so impressed. I was so happy. I think next year we're going to do better than this. But today, I was so impressed. They're doing very well. They're playing very well. And I think the best 16 of this tournament, both boys and girls, they are doing well.
While commending Musa for coming back from his base in the United States to stage the maiden event, his former teammate and retired coach Francis Sule said the competition will impact on table tennis development and help the country reclaim its enviable status as the best country in Africa.
These are the kind of legacy and vision we are looking at, and to catch these children right from the grassroots. This tournament like this is coming at the right time, given the fact that we need to do something very fast, something very drastically to catch up with Egypt.
The top 16 boys and girls competing in the cadre boys and girls singles were drawn from the recently concluded National Cadre Championship, organized by Dr. A.A. Efunkoya Table Tennis Foundation in memory of the late former chairman of then Nigeria Table Tennis Association. The tournament, holding at the table tennis section of the Lagos Country Club Ikeja, will end on Tuesday. For more news, connect with Lagos Television on the social media platforms. Many thanks for staying with us. Please remember to call the Lagos State toll-free lines 767-0112 in case of emergencies. I am Aminat Ilegushi. See you again at 2 p.m.
It is all about